ladies, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Friday. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going a little bit behind, but that's okay. I'm getting there eventually. That's what I always say. So I'm trying out my microphone that I used yesterday's video. So let me see how it does. Let me know if the audio you think is better or if you think it is worse. So I'm going to try it because yesterday I did outside. And it was no big deal because, I mean, it was sort of a big deal because I was getting rid of the background noise, but in my kitchen is when you hear my ice machine. It's when I'm frying stuff in the stove. So we're gonna see how this works. I don't know if I'll be able to remember. Stick a microphone on every time, but I will try my hardest. So it's gonna be a good day. Today is Gather Your Fragment Friday, and so for myself, I'm gathering up things in my refrigerators, freezers, pantries to use up and eat for my family. So this week I was like, it might not be a lot of food prep this week, but it's food to be used up. So one thing my kids have requested, so I have those eggs. I made those yesterday. Was the egg casserole? Wednesday I made that. We still have half a pan, so I'm not going to do any more eggs. I have a lot of eggs I got to use up, so we're going to have to make some kind of egg something this week. But breakfast is done. They have cereal. They're not big breakfast eaters right now in the summer, so I'm not worried about that at all. So for lunch today, they have requested grilled cheese sandwiches. So I'm like, okay, grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup. So I've got out my big giant can of tomato sauce here. So I'm going to open this up. You can use tomato paste, tomato sauce, tomato juice, whatever you want to use for your tomatoey base. And then I'm going to use powdered milk to not use up my my milk that I just bought at the store yesterday. So it's going to be a good day. We're going to gather fragments. I'm making up for lunch today, dinner, tomorrow's food, and Sunday. Easy. It's not much. It's not much, but it's something. So if you're here for wonderful pizzazzy dishes, that was last week. This week's going to be pantry staples. Pantry staple, Gather Your Fragment Friday. We can do that, right? Because most people eat out of their pantry. So you guys ready for a great day? All right, let's start making some wonderful homemade tomato soup. Okay, so I'm going to see if this works. I can walk away from you. I'm supposed to be able to walk so many feet away and have this still work. So this recipe was, I did this in my blog. I feel like this was one of my first recipes in 2013. What are we in? 22? It's been 9 years. Yeah, it was June 1st. This is one of the first recipes I put on my blog, and it was kid-friendly tomato soup. And the reason why it was kid-friendly is because my kids did not like chunky things in their tomato soup at all. No, not at all. They were not into that, did not like green things in their soup, none of that. Big chunks of onions, forget it. So what I did is I made this recipe with I actually made it with homemade what did I make it with? Homemade. And we made it with grilled cheese. Okay, I think we made cheese crackers right after this. We've done so much in the past. So this is easy. I'm gonna do a little bit different than what I've done back in the day because, you know, life's changed, but you're gonna take your butter here, melt it, and then I'm gonna add flour just to thicken it, and then I'm gonna grab my stuff here. Let me show you. This is for my powdered milk right here. I bet you I can still talk to you. It's like I'm right here without even being in your face, right? Yes, love that. Okay, because the microphone, I think this is going to open up a whole new possibility of life. So in this recipe, you add 3 cups of milk. So I've got 3 cups of water here, and I'm going to add, I think it's a third of a cup for powdered milk for your each cup. And this is great because then you don't have to do your regular milk because that uses up a lot of your milk, and you can use it for cereal. You can use powdered milk. We used to drink this stuff. I didn't because I don't like milk, but if you mix it up and then put it in your refrigerator overnight, it gets really cold, and that helps out a whole lot. So this is good. Okay, we need it to mix. So we're just gonna mix this here. I think that's good. Just so it's all mixed up, perfect. And then while I'm at it, I can do this, right? Okay. I'll bring you over here. So while I'm at that, I'm going to open up my tomato sauce because I'm going to add that to my mixture while after. In my original blog recipe, I think I heated this up separately, but we're not doing that anymore. We're just going to do it this way. All right, so back over here. So your butter is going to be cooking, and then you're going to add your flour to it. So since it's about 5 tablespoons of butter, it's about 4 tablespoons of flour to thicken it. Now I think I'm gonna just do that with the milk, and I'm looking through my recipe, make it a little thicker, and then I will add my tomato sauce and I'll add the spices to it. We're gonna do a little bit different, and that's okay. You just do what you can do, but it all comes the same. It works out. All right, so put this in here. You're gonna do about 4 tablespoons. You just wanna be able to make it all not too much liquid, so it might be a little over 4 tablespoons. Perfect. It picks it up really good. Should I bring you over? I feel like I want to keep you far away just because of the microphone. So there's that. So just do that in here, and then you're going to add your milk, and that's going to thicken right up. All right, so we will just make this here. We'll just keep stirring this until it's thickened and no lumps in there anymore. You know what the greatest thing is? You can use, what are those things called? Immersion blenders. That's a great thing to get rid of lumps really quick like, but I will just be patient and stir this. It'll be perfect. Okay, so this is nice and thick, so I'm going to add my, probably just pour it. Probably just pour it to be a lot faster. And you don't have to make your soup in a frying pan. You can make it in a pot, but I'm just doing it in here. So I'm going to do mine based on color. You do yours however you want. The original recipe, I think, has tomato juice, so it might be a little bit different. So I'm just going to pour until I see sufficient. It's all about color. But this will be nice. This is really good. Homemade tomato soup is so delicious. Homemade anything is so delicious, is it not? I think so. And tomato soup, mushroom soup, those kind of things are all really good. So I'll probably make some more of this, and then what I'll do with it is I can freeze some of this because some of my kids like it and some do not. So this is really thick. Wonderful. Okay, that's really thick. Well, look at that little mixture. That made some good soup. That's a lot of tomato. That's a lot of tomato paste in it, or sauce, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do for my spices here, that's really good, is I'm gonna do minced onion. Okay, so in dried one, not, if you have onion powder, use that. Kids won't notice that. That is what I'm gonna put in there. And then you put sugar in here. I know, sugar, what? Yes, canned soup has sugar in it. Put some sugar in there to get rid of that bite. Salt. And then what I'm gonna do is, you can do basil nut, this right here, chicken, tomato. Yeah, right here, this is the flavor. This I think makes it taste home, like canned homemade soup. So this is perfect, just stir this up. This is really good. So obviously this is a lot of soup in here. I doubt everybody will eat it, but again, I'll be able to freeze it. So this is really good. And look at that, I'm just gonna keep adding that tomato stuff to it. This is gonna be good. Perfect. A couple of my kids who love tomato soup and grilled cheese are gonna be very happy because they've been asking for this. And it's one of those soups I don't like to make because you have to do this. Why is it hard? It's not really hard, it's just flour and butter and milk, but it seems like that two-step is a lot different than just throwing everything in the pot. So this is good right here. Just gonna let this keep heating up and simmer. You got delicious kid-friendly tomato soup. Okay, then we have leftover tomato sauce here. So what I'm gonna do is put this in containers, and this will go in the freezer for whatever. You can water it down to make tomato juice, use the tomato juice. There's only a little bit. Or you can make tomato sauce, pizza sauce, anything that you wanna use for it. Let me go throw this in the trash. I can still talk to you, you can't even see me, which is kind of cool. So I've got 2 here. Let me get my washcloth. So this will be for some kind of tomato dish that we will do sometime because we do a lot of tomato dishes. Okay, so working along. So we're gonna make some grilled cheese sandwiches. So I've got, the kids and I were talking, we got our bread yesterday at Aldi. You didn't see any of that, and I'm like, their bread is so much better. Walmart's bread, it seems to be like holy and it seems dry. I have this right here, this whole grain bread. I don't mind this bread, the kids don't love it, but it will make some grilled cheese sandwiches, and I think they'll eat it that way. So I'm gonna do what I don't normally do, and that was right here, some butter. I'm gonna put this on, I put this in my freezer, so I'm gonna put this on the bread, put on here, put a slice of cheese, and it's gonna be delicious. I usually do grilled cheese and don't put any butter on my bread. People are like, what, you never do? No, and my kids eat it just fine. Yes, the butter's great. Like when you go to restaurants, obviously they put it in butter and it's like, you know, way better, but my kids will eat it just the other way, so they don't have a problem with that. I always just thought just a little less on there that is better, but You can do it. So I'm going to do it because this bread is, again, healthier bread. And I don't want my kids to be like, what are you feeding us, Mom? So this way, at least they get some, you know, healthier version bread versus not. So I'm going to have to see here. Sometimes I like to do a couple different cheeses, like some shredded cheese and cheese slices, but I'm going to have to see here what I got. We'll have to see how much we have here. Maybe I'll just do thick with this. I can probably just do 3 pieces of this. That's probably what I'll do. Gathering those up, using them up. It's going to be time for shopping again. I'm like, my goodness, it's the end of the month already. Time to go shopping. I'm like, I feel like we just went. I'll have to go pick up a few staples and stuff, but this will be good enough. So there's that. Okay, well, I'm cooking grilled cheese here. I'm gonna talk about Jeulia. Jeulia has been a product provider for my channel. They don't sponsor, but they product provide me for my channel, and I know a lot of you guys do like their things. They do giveaways. They do a lot of things here, and I'm very thankful for them. So they are not just jewelry. Like I've gotten these cute little earrings from them, but they also they're like branching out and doing different things. They have like a jewelry organizer right here. We have one of these. I gave this one to Brooklyn actually, and so it's nice because they have these that you can take. So this is good for traveling. Like the other day when I went traveling and had all my jewelry, I'm like, where am I going to stick it all? It was all like in ball pieces everywhere because I just have a big jewelry box. So they have things like this, and then now they also have sunglasses. I'm like, how fun is that? So they sent me a pair of their sunglasses. I've been wearing the same sunglasses for years and haven't branched out and tried any other ones, but these are nice. They're good quality. Like I was like, that's really good sunglasses. So just some new ones to try out. So they have great things. There's always good deals on their website. I always have a link below and they give you a discount because they're awesome like that. They have a partnership that they use and it's She Said Yes jewelry. So I'm going to put that link below as well too, and it's where you can pick out custom jewelry and be able to make things for like wedding and things like that. So kind of cool. Always good to find trusted companies that you like, and Jeulia has been one of my channel for a long time. They were the ones that got me started wearing earrings again. So I haven't worn earrings in a long time just due to kids and life, and who has time to put earrings on? Just like who has time to put lipstick on or eye makeup? Nobody. Who has time besides a ponytail? I'm doing a ponytail today, but it's just because I'm doing food. So they got me started wearing hoop earrings, and I'm like, love wearing my earrings. So yeah, so shesaidyes.com, customized for a lifetime, which is kind of cool. Very cool, like little, look at all these. They have beautiful, beautiful rings, all that fun stuff. Oops, gonna load up. So I'll leave this one linked below along with the jewelry. So thank you, Jeulia, for the sunglasses. I'm gonna be loving those when I'm going out. And the jewelry little container. So kind of nice, always a good company. I like to share good things with you guys when they're supportive of my channel, to be able to share. That's what the whole internet thing is about, right? Sharing things that you maybe otherwise wouldn't know about. Okay, do I even use a spatula? No, just use your hands. So I take mine and wrap it in wax paper, and then that's how I put them in the refrigerator. And then if each child, when they want them, they just take them out and grab them, and then they can put them in the air fryer, or they can put them in the microwave. It just depends. Some like them smushy in the microwave, some like them crispy in the air fryer, or I guess, well, no, don't put them in the toaster. The cheese would go down. Cheese would go down. Okay, so when you have the end pieces of bread, put the good part on the outside, so that nobody sees it. I just have 2 of those. So this will work. These will be nice, thick, hearty grilled cheese sandwiches. Kids will love them. They've been asking, so this will be perfect. So if you have an end piece, don't put 2 end pieces together so that person doesn't get gypped. You don't want to be the person that gets all the, I mean, I like the end pieces. I would eat them, but you don't want the kids to feel that way. So this is going to go good here, and then I've got some Walmart bread left over, and so Walmart is just a little bit drier, like versus Aldi bread. So I don't know. I just don't care for it as much as the Aldi bread. So we'll stick this on here, and their end pieces are really tiny. Just have to make sure you have enough bread here. I think I'll have just enough here. Let's cake that butter when you go to the when you go to the restaurants, that's all I do is lather on the oil, right? It's like deep fried basically, and it's loved by everybody. So this will be good. Perfect right here. I like to throw one extra piece on there. Feeling generous. Perfect. So this will be good lunch. It will be this will be easy for them today. They'll love it. Have some soup and sandwiches. Everybody be happy. It looks like it's a rainy day today in the Maryon household, so I don't know. It was supposed to be rainy yesterday too, and it actually didn't. So I'm hoping the weather person is not correct and it doesn't turn out so yucky. So this will be good. I do have regular bread, but I'm not gonna. I think this will be good. After 1, 2, 3, this will be enough for just lunch today. Lunch today is all we need. If they want to like whip them together, they can, because we'll be freezing some of this. So let this cook. Put my tomato soup in a container there, and I'm just going to keep making these. Pick up my mess while it's cooking. Whole pan here of grilled cheese sandwiches. This will be nice for lunch today. Okay, moving on to our next one here. So that was lunch for today. I'm going to do lunch for tomorrow. What I'm going to do is I've got all this gyro meat right here. I pulled this out of my freezer. I remembered last night. I'm going to cook this. So I just put a little bit of oil in here. You can keep it all in individual slices. I just chop it up. It works good. It's basically, it's gyro meat, but it's beef. So it's like Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. So I do have an onion. I'm going to chop that up to put that in there with that, and that's easy. Easy lunch for Greg. I've got hamburger buns. He said he'd pick up some hoagie buns and have it with Miracle Whip. That's an easy lunch for him. So over here, I'm going to chop my onion over here. Move over this way instead of moving the camera around so much. Now that I've got the microphone, I feel like this will work. I just hope. The problem is I won't go check any of this until I'm all done, and then I'll go, wow, did any of that work? So I probably should go check that. Maybe I'll fry this up and I'll go check the audio and see what we got, just in case, because it looks like it's on there. It shows like the little meter screen on there. So we got these. Let me throw this in the trash. Onions. If you've got some peppers, this is really good with this. But onions is just fine. So I'm just going to chop them up rough, nothing big. It reminds me of like Jersey Mike's subs, where they take the meat and they chop it all up. Tastes just like that. Or like like when I went to the airport and in Philadelphia and they had a Philly cheesesteak. That's what, to me, it tastes like. So it's pretty good meat. So we bought some. I'm going to add salt and pepper. We bought some hold on, bring it over here. We bought some when I did my discount store shopping and did like I bought it like chancing it would be good, and it was actually really good. So this will be good in here. So I'm going to get some tongs, and we'll just move this around. Or actually, I can use the spatula, can't I? Here, we can use this. Will that work? That'll work. So just kind of go like this. Let it cook up. That'll be good. Okay, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go take this off. Make sure it's working before I'm done with my day. Okay, so I checked it. It works. So I'm like, that's a good thing. So I'm cutting off meat slices for Greg. That's going to be Greg. So what I'm going to do, here I go. Here's my gather your fragments. I'm going to my freezer and look at, oh look. I have oodles of poor boy subs. Remember when we made, when did we make these? Last week? I feel like it, do you mind, was it last week? I don't even know when it was, but they are frozen solid. It's going to be a sandwich kind of weekend. Can we do a sandwich kind of weekend? We can do that in the summer, right? So what I'm going to do is just take these out of the freezer. That's it. Yes, look at, I got it. And you have to make it. Here's the poor boy subs. Perfect. I will put these in here just to get them out of the freezer. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, you know what? I'll just leave the whole bag. I wasn't sure how many's in it. I will just take the whole bag and put that in my, because there's like 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8. There's 9 of them. That'll be plenty. So I'm just going to take this and put this in my refrigerator. So we will serve this with, like we'll have it tomorrow. So, because we might be going out. So having sandwiches is really nice for that. So I'm basically going to put this in here and let that thaw. We'll serve that. We've got all those Clausen pickles right there. So those would be really good with it. I've got watermelon in there. Come back over here. And then I've got even a cantaloupe to cut up, and we have some chips. So I think that we are going to use those for that. It'll be like a sandwich night. And you know what? I'm going to make a dinner here too. So if we want to have the dinner, we can. But this kind of frees us up so if we want to go somewhere. Because what most people do is they go out to eat, right? So if they're going to go out hiking, guess what? Oh, if they plan on spaghetti that night, spaghetti doesn't do good on the trail. But grabbing some sub sandwiches and packing them up real quick, is something easy to take. So since it's not Father's Day weekend, we didn't go anywhere this week, and it probably won't be that busy anywhere. Maybe we'll go out and do something. So this will be perfect. So this is good. So this will be, Greg's going to take this to the shop. So he has this to eat. It's easy. Easy and delicious. That's what works. So there, I got 2 more done. I'm running out of things to make here. Are you going to even have a video? I don't know. So then the other thing, what I'm going to do for tonight's dinner is going to be a taco nacho bar. Easy. Taco nachos, I feel like are the easiest thing ever. I have a lot of tortilla chips. I might use my Tostitos, but I do have a big bag from Sam's Club. I ordered cheese from Sam's Club when I did my order a couple weeks ago, and they didn't have the nacho cheese in the store, so they were going to ship it to me along with some dressing. Well, it didn't get, it's just sitting somewhere. So it was like they went to deliver it to my post office. My post office closes at a certain time, so they didn't get it. So now I'm like, there's no way to cancel it or do anything. So I have it written down to like call them maybe and find out about that. So I have to find my nut, but I do have one in the freezer. Like this little container is plenty of nacho cheese for our family. So you don't really need that much. I think a whole can gives you 4 or 5 of those, I'm pretty sure. So that's a lot of, and it's like the nacho cheese is like $8. So that's a lot of containers of cheese for your family, which works out. So I'm going to be heating that up. I'll probably use this pan right here, and I'll use my microwave too. So let me get out some bowls. So I'm going to come over this way. We're doing a bunch of things at once. So what I'm going to do is I've got refried beans. These were in my freezer. Yes, remember this week I made some up, and I think these are the only 2 I have left in there from my big can, so I thought this would be a great way to use up these. Now these ones are a little bit drier. The brand name I got, they're just a little bit drier. I don't know. They were always like that, but these ones are. So what I'm going to do is add water to these and then cover them and put them in the microwave so they can heat up. Okay, this is super simple. So this is done. You just got to heat up because it's already cooked. So this is good. So like I said, it's just like in a restaurant or when you go to the vendors and they have the meat and they do like I had a Philly cheesesteak sub. It's the same stuff. And that's what those boxes of food are from, is restaurant supply stores, which is really cool. So I'm just going to put these in here. And then I have cheese, but you can do cheese slice if you want it, or Greg just likes it plain with Miracle Whip. So this is perfect. I'm going to use my same, I got the frying pan out today, so I'm going to use this one for most of my food here. So this is good. And this I pulled out with some rolls or buns from the freezer. So they will, when I go to make them, I'll definitely either like make them crispy, like in the air fryer, crispy the rolls, or with some butter on them, or just cover them and close, like wrap them up in wax paper and put them in the microwave so they're nice and soft. Depends on how he wants to eat them. But look at that. These pans are awesome, by the way. Okay, look at that. So he's got this. This is good for him. My list is going down now, taco meat. So I'm going to put this in here. It's already heated. Let me get myself a lid so that this can kind of cook, so it can steam it. Pull out my Tostitos here. I do have nacho chips. Like when I went my staple shopping, I got, like, I don't know, a few months ago, I bought a big box of that from Sam's Club. We just haven't used them. So, but they'll last good. The Tostitos will go bad before because they were dated a little bit sooner. So, but this is going to be like easy. I feel super like, am I doing enough? But that's my refried beans. But it's going to be enough to feed us. So it's like I won't have to worry. Like last week, I made a lot of food. We ate it all. And then we got pizza. So I'm like, this will just be enough, I feel like, just for the weekend that we have. So if we got to make some, we can pull more pour-by subs. I also have sliders in the freezer. There's always something. We have boxed macaroni and cheese we can pull if we have to, but hopefully not. So, but this is good. So I'm just like, I was like thinking, I'm like, that's some for Greg, there's some for the kids. I'm going to do the tacos for tonight, and there'll be enough for tomorrow to do it. And I have those like little taco boats. So I thought I'll pull those out if they want to make a taco out of that, or if they want to make nachos, whatever they want to do. I can chop up lettuce. There's just, the possibilities are endless. Like tacos are probably our family's go-to and a favorite of everybody. Like, let me know. I like getting ideas. Like my favorite thing is when I get together with other moms and go to the parks, and I always sit around and say, what are you making for dinner tonight? What are you making? What are you making? What did you make last night? Because that's how I get ideas. That's how we get ideas. Sometimes I'll just talk to my girlfriend and I'll be like, give me some food ideas, because I'm like totally lost right now. And it's so good to get other ideas, because you do get in that rut of like what to make and like what's good. And so it's nice getting other ideas from other people, especially when you feel that rut. Watching these videos, I didn't have YouTube back in the day, so I'd call my girlfriend. I'm like, can you give me some food ideas? Because I'm totally stuck right now when I'm trying to make my list. So good to get some advice. So YouTube videos are great because there's so much out there. Try to keep some basic cooking so it doesn't overwhelm you with a whole lot of steps. But that's a good way to get some food. So this is going to be good for tonight. And then I'm going to I've got some kielbasa. I pulled some kielbasa out of the freezer. And what I'm going to do is cut that up and put it in little glass dishes. I was going to keep it all together, but I think I'm going to keep it in like these ones. And then I'm going to cook some pasta. I've got some fun pasta in there. I think like that. I think it's the German pasta. I think it is. So I think I'm going to cook that, and I'll just do some olive oil, salt and pepper, maybe some what can I put on there? Italian seasoning, maybe some of that Saison seasoning. That's really good. Miss Deborah's Delicious Dishes. That's really good. I might do that. And then it'll just, you can have like basically the noodles with it, or if you want to add Alfredo, they can add Alfredo. I just won't add the Alfredo now because it will like get yucky by the time we eat it on Sunday. But if I have just the noodles and the sausage, I think that's going to work. So, and then that's going to be it. And then I'm like, I don't even have anything else. I still have cookies here. They've been kind of munching. They're still half. So I'm like, I gotta make something. So I'm gonna make cupcakes. I know, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do nothing, but I'm going to. So I pulled out these funfetti strawberry ones, and I have strawberry frosting. Then I won't feel like I didn't make anything like a treat, which is crazy, I know. It just, you do what you can do. It's like whatever, not every single week is gonna be 10,000 dishes or 9 summer sides for your barbecue, because we don't always eat like that. We eat plain food, like peanut butter and jelly, like is our favorite. Like I got that bread, let me stir this here. I got that bread I had Aldi yesterday, and I was so excited to make myself. This is like frozen. Hold on. I wonder if you can hear me. Let me see if it's too noisy. I love this tool because I can just chop my meat here that's frozen solid into a ball for it, but it's still, we got to get that thawed here. Let me get this stuff out. Having just the bread and having peanut butter and jelly, I'm like, that was delicious. Let me get over here and get a spoon. So that was really good. So I didn't like that's good enough and like filling and yummy and delicious. So it's like you don't always have to have fancy. Okay, this is the refit. It's a little bit dry on top. So if you just kind of stir it, get the water in there, that's going to be good. There we go. That's all. There's a frozen ball in there, so I'll probably have to put this back in the microwave. But this is going to be good. So this will be our dinner or supper. How many say supper? Supper or dinner? What'd you grow? I had dinner as a kid, but we moved down here, I think more people say supper. It's whatever, but I know a lot of the Mennonites say supper too, so it just depends. So that's perfect. If you want it waterier, add more liquid to it. But I think that's going to be enough for my family right there. So that's going to be, I'll probably cover this with foil so it doesn't dry out. And then let's go over here. Bring you over this way, because I can do that with my, I can talk to you. Look at my back is to you, and you can still hear me. That's what's cool about this. And then I didn't know how long it would last. I looked yesterday, it was 8 hours, because that was my concern was, is it going to last for 8 hours, like for a long time when I'm filming cooking, or is it going to shut off on me and I'm not going to be talking? So I'm excited. So you might just have a new way with the microphone here. Cheese right here. Frozen solid. I have spinach on my thumb, don't mind that. This is going to go in here. Now your nacho cheese, it's getting more watery than it used to be. It used to be thicker. They, Sam's Club rebranded, or whoever they get it from, rebranded, and it's a little bit thinner than it used to be. It's okay, I know. Times have changed. They got to make things different. You can make your own nacho cheese sauce too. That's like an option. I think I have a recipe. I'm sure you can Google it. Google has a whole lot of everything, and you can Google canned nacho or canned cheddar cheese. Make the same thing and freeze it. There's a video for yourself there. I'm going to make myself a note when I'm thinking about that. Let me write here nacho care. Look up canned cheese. Because the cost of cheese might be cheaper than doing the $8 of this one. I don't know. We can look it up and see. I'll look it up and see how much I need for it. So this is the cheese. We're going to put this in here. We're waiting on this here. I just got to get it. It's just frozen solid still, but it's cooking my meat. My meat is already cooked. I just need this unthawed. This little tool usually can chop through anything, but we'll get there. You know what I'm gonna do is add taco seasoning and some water to it. And that I think is gonna help it, because just open your envelope here, fill it up with your water from your ice machine. Just fill up an envelope with water. There we go, because that'll get liquid in there. Stir that around, let that cook. Surely that will kind of thaw that big chunk of meat in there. My veggies, my meat has a lot of veggies in it. I feel like you're way over there. So I have spinach and carrots in my meat. It's a good way to stretch your meat, good way to add vegetables to your food. Hide that from your kids. I'm gonna turn this down so it doesn't overcook. All right, let this cook, let this heat. We're still doing good. Okay, doing good. So taco meat is finished. So this is gonna be really good here. Taco meat, let me wipe this off so I can use it for my next meat. Okay, so I've got my meat and I've covered it. The nacho cheese, this is definitely explodes a little bit more. It's not too bad. You can add a little bit of water to it if you want. It's still frozen. It's still frozen solid, but it will be good enough till dinner. So that's gonna work. So here's my nacho cheese. I'm just gonna stick all this over here because I'm gonna put it back on the stove, probably put it in my oven for dinner. So I've got a pot of water boiling here. I pull out 2 things of pasta. Can I bring you over here? Okay, don't mind everything everywhere. So I'm gonna do this one. This was the other German one we had, and everybody liked this. So I'm gonna make this, is it the spatzel? I think it's spatzel, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make this, and then I'm also gonna make this. I bought this at discount store a long time ago, garlic, parsley, fettuccine. So I'm gonna do 2, I'm just gonna keep them separate though, and then I'll just boil them. And then we'll put the spices, let me grab a cutting board here. We'll put some, like I said, some spices, herbs, and olive oil, and that'll be delicious. And then what we'll do is put them in the containers if they want to serve them with something. I have Alfredo in here, right there. Ragu, that they like it. Homemade, no, my kids don't like it. I like homemade Alfredo sauce. That would be my choice. My family likes canned. There's some things they like canned, some things they don't like the off-brand, like they don't like any brand of Alfredo except Ragu. Like that's it. Ragu's getting waterier. It's getting waterier. Just like everything else is getting watery. So, but that's the one that they like. So it's good. Okay, so I'm gonna take my kielbasa here and I'm gonna cut this up. It's kind of like having German, right? With this, is it spatzel? And then kielbasa. And just cut this up and I'm gonna put it in my pan over here and just fry it. It'll be easy enough. And that's how we'll cook this up. I've even got sauerkraut. I can eat this with sauerkraut this weekend. I don't think you need any grease or any oil in here because these will be nice and greasy. I'm sure they will. That will be good. Just cooking. I should put a lid on it, right? Because they're kind of frozen. Just turn it down. I've got water boiling here. I feel like I should do another pot, but I guess I'll just do 2. I did get some new strainers, so I'm excited for that. Remember I told you I want to get plastic ones because I feel like those, the metal ones are okay, but the food just gets stuck in that top piece and I don't like it. So they had a set on Amazon. Well, I don't know. We'll try and see. Maybe I like the metal. I don't know. We'll see how it works. But this is just going to cook. Let's see how, this is the microphone with the, usually you always pick up this. So this is for my own self, like what you're hearing. I just did this, but I wanted to see if you hear the frying noise. Okay, boil water. We're doing good. I feel like I'm good. It's going to be, you know what I should do is, why don't I mix up my cupcakes? Because, bring you back over here, waiting for pasta to boil, and it's just going to take time, and the oven's free. So I'm going to just make these funfetti strawberry cake and cupcake mix with candy bits. Something simple for the kids. Follow the recipe on it. It's like 4 eggs, oil, and water. I'll just mix it by hand. Easy. Let me get stuff out. So I always use coconut oil for my baking, always. I'm just gonna pull this out because I don't feel like microwaving it. Is that okay? Pure lazy? Can you use olive oil? Is that okay? That's okay, right? I just don't feel like getting out there and microwaving it. This will work. All right, we gotta come back over this way. Our stuff is frying over here. Okay, let me get out my mixer here to mix this up. Back over here. Let's cook the pasta here. Let's do this one first. Spatula, whatever it is, spatula. Okay, while that's heating up, those in my trash. So I'm gonna get out my cupcake pan. See, I feel like I can keep talking to you, which is so great. And then I'm not sure how many this is gonna make. 2, is it? I feel like you can get 20 out of a package. I guess it just depends. So we will see. I've got my silicone cupcake liners. These just work. Paper is awesome, but these are nice to just reuse. I use them. There's not like a set brand. I find that they're all pretty good. There's a couple that are a little bit flimsier, but they still function and do the same thing. The only time I've ever lost them is when the kids let them fall down in the dishwasher and they got burned on the wire, but that's it. Or if somebody threw them away, and that happens. That does happen, and that's okay. And it's not good if you want to take them somewhere because, you know, people are like, oh, what do I do with my wrapper? I'm like, just stick it back on the plate and I'll take it back home. So, but I like them because this is just for us here at home. So we do these save a lot on little paper cups. So put this in here and we'll fill this one up. I feel like this is a little bit watery and that's okay. It probably is. It doesn't seem as thick. Did I add too much? I added what it said, a cup of water for each one. So it's 2 cups of water and then the oil. Huh, who knows, that's okay. This will work though. We'll just have some dribbles of stuff. It'll just be a lighter cupcake, I think, not so thick. Makes it harder to pull it out of the pan without dropping it on top of the thing. I guess if you just go slower, I'm all about let's get this done. This first one in the oven here, we'll have some cupcakes. Sausage is cooking good, so I've got more here, so I think it's gonna have 48 cups. That's gonna be a lot of cupcakes. That's okay, my kids will eat them. They like cupcakes, so we'll put some more in here and then we'll just do another batch of these and that'll be a good dessert little treat for the weekend. We've been going through our ice cream and that's been going through real quick. I'm like, all right, save the good stuff for a few more weeks, but they are loving it. So see, like I've had so many liners over the years and look at like I'm down to not even a full set, but that's okay. That's quite all right. That's what happens when you have a house full of children and people that put things away. So this will work. Totally just dropped that all over the thing. You didn't see that, but I just dropped it. That's okay. It's just watery, which is so, I guess I could have added some flour. Hopefully it doesn't make the mess up. I think it just makes it like a lighter cupcake. Okay, I was gonna put this in individual glass dishes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it in right here. That's it. That's it. That's good enough. Let that cool off, and then we'll close it. And I'll just keep the noodles separate with olive oil and that on there. So the one pot is one. I should get another one going. Let me do another one so it doesn't take so long. Okay, so my water is done. My noodles are done cooking. This is the strainer set I bought on Amazon. I think it was like $25. Comes with a little silicone scrubber. And they're all like the pop-out kind. So is that gonna be better? I don't know. This might be good for smaller pasta. I like that it's flats in the same size. This is a little bit bigger. Let's see. So that will be good for like my pasta. And then this one too, which should fit in your sink. So that might work. I don't know. That might just very well replace what I got going on right now, which is the metal thing. So let me get my noodles here and dump them. So I'm filling out my pot so I can get the other kind of noodles going. I'll probably just put them in a dish here and stir them up. Can I do that? It works. It works. That's good. All right, let me put this over here so it can start boiling again. Again, you can't see me, but I'm going to talk to you. Turn this back on. Let me get up my stuff for my noodles. Okay, so I've got this here. So I'm going to add some of my olive oil. This is the one that's got garlic in it. So I'm just going to pour that on top so they can be covered really nice and not stick together. And that'll be really good. And then I'll just add some Italian seasoning. And I feel like this Saison, oh, that might be a little too much. This Saison Complete, it has, what does it have in here? It has garlic and onion, salt, spices, herbs. It's really good. Like, Miss Deb, she said it was really good, and I was like, what is this Saison? I got some. It's good. So I think just adding that in there, and that'll be good. And then, like I said, when they want to eat, they can put it on, they can have it this way, some like plain noodles, like if Jaden wants to have some, or they can do Alfredo sauce, either one. That's the way to do it. Okay, perfect. That looks good. So I'm moving right along. I want to get done so I can be finished for my day because I don't want to spend the day in the kitchen. These turned out good. They were fine. They're probably just a little airier. They worked out good. I'm going to get these out of here so that I can wash the pan here. My goal is to wash. I like to get all the stuff that I have to do done, and then the kids can come in and help with things like their chores and stuff. So they're just kind of chilling. Right now, while I'm getting my cooking done, I'm going to be done early, which is nice. I didn't start till late today, but it's an easy day. Some days, sometimes it's just like that. There's not a whole lot to make. Like I know next week I'm gonna have to go get some veggies and some more staples, so it'll probably be more yummier foods or whatever. These are just kind of plain. This is gathering food is in your pantry, using what I have, not going to the store and purchasing things for my family. These are hot. Do you grab everything hot? I do. I do. There we go. And then Madeline is my girl who likes to frost things, so I'm gonna let her frost those. This will get this going so I can kind of wash these off, but she likes frosting cupcakes. So that's a good thing. So I just let these sit over here and cool. Last bunch of pasta going in. Garlic parsley fettuccine. We got something else. I can't remember which kind I got, but I did get another flavor. I don't have any. I'm out of spoons. Actually, let's use this one. Get the pasta boiling here. Put this on. So this is good. I'm waiting for my cupcakes here. Well, those look like they're done too. Even better, hotbed. So these will sit for a minute. I'll take these out too. So I'll probably just, I'm gonna wipe my stove off real good. I'll probably put these in the oven. I can do that, just let them sit in the oven. It's warm, it's gonna be warm. We'll be eating a little bit later, probably a little bit earlier today. Turn my oven on warm. So that's gonna be good. I can just do a wipe up in my kitchen. I've got food. I know it's not very long for you guys, but it's good for me. I had a cantaloupe I wanted to cut up. I don't even know if I'm gonna cut that up. My list is done. Don't mind the mess everywhere. Sandwiches, stuff for nachos. There's soup, the beef sandwiches for Greg, pasta, and the meat here. And then the cupcakes are over here. But I have this. I think I'm gonna cut this because I feel like it's yucky. I don't even know if it's any good. Let me see if it's any good. We'll just slide this stuff down. I think it's still, oh yeah. I'm just putting the inside here on a plastic lid because my camera is in the way of where my trash is at for right now, so that's okay. We'll do this here. Now let's cut this and get the little pieces off here. I'm going to have a little bit of this at least. Cantaloupe. I like cantaloupe. Anybody else like cantaloupe? I know it's not everybody's favorite. I don't think Greg even had cantaloupe ever until I started showing up with it. So. There we go. We got some fruit, gathering some fruit up. Somebody will eat that today. Okay, at the end here, so I'm just gonna put more oil in here, so nothing sticks. Stir that up a little bit. These will be good. I have a lot of pasta, like I said, you can add, and that's tomato sauce. I have spaghetti sauce too, so if somebody wants to do a tomatoey dish, but I'm gonna add some salt in here, and then I'm gonna add the Italian seasoning and the Sazon. Sazon, good stuff. Get yourself some Sazon. I think I paid $9 for that. It was good. So I'm just going to stir this up. These are about all of our noodles. Like I said, you can add stuff to it if they want the Alfredo. It'll work. And then all Maddie's going to do is frost the cupcakes. These taste really good. So this will be a nice pasta sausage. Maddie will do that. That's it. That's it. Tacos in the oven. Like, I'm done. I don't have to do any more. I know it's not much for you guys, but I'm like, it was a good day for me. So I've got my stove all cleaned up over here. I wiped this area. So I've got another bowl here, and then I'm going to wipe this up, and then I'm done in my kitchen. I can take my apron off and be done for the day. So was it a gather your fragment? Absolutely. Gather your fragments in your freezers, in your pantries, and what I had left over in my refrigerator, right? That's what you do. So you're not going out tomorrow night. Next week we'll get some fresh fruits and veggies, but this is good. I still have celery in there. There is actually celery. I'm gonna write that down too. Maybe we'll have that for snacks because I have that peanut butter and celery, never ate that. So I'm remembering these things as I'm talking. So it's gonna be good. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and got some ideas for your family. It's just about like, what can you use? What can you do in your family? So that's what we did. So you have a fantastic rest of your day. Remember, you are designed, created, and selected by God to do great, wonderful things on this earth. You are. Once you start walking that path that He has for you, amazing, amazing invention. It doesn't matter what people say about you, who says things about you, because you are content in who you are in Christ and what He has you doing. So let me know how the audio is on this one. I feel like it's a whole lot better. So let me know if it's worth my while to use the microphone or not. I'll put the link for the one that I got below. So, and then don't forget to check out Jeulia. Got my Jeulia stuff over here. Website for jewelry, if you need anything for your things. And if you have a wedding thing, they got that special jewelry that they can design, which is pretty cool. So, all right, have a beautiful day. I'm finished. Hopefully, I see sun popping out. So I'm going to aim for the pool today. So have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you guys again on the weekend, and then I'll see you on Monday for another video. All right, we'll see ya. Bye.